The house was silent, the kind of deep quiet that only exists in the middle of the night. But for Elaine Carter, 67, the silence didn't bring peace. She lay awake again, eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling as the clock glowed 2:03 a.m. It was the fourth time that week. She sighed, frustrated, and pulled the covers tighter around her. For years, Elaine had blamed water. She thought her late-night wake-ups were because of that one last glass of water she drank after dinner. Everyone told her the same thing: don't drink water after 8, or you'll wake up to pee. So she stopped. Still, the 2 a.m. wake-ups kept coming. She tried drinking less. That didn't help. She tried cutting off all fluids by 6 p.m. Still no improvement. That's when she realized it wasn't the water. Elaine isn't alone. Thousands of people, especially over 50, find themselves wide awake at nearly the same time each night, convinced it's their bladder waking them. But more often than not, something else is going on. Something that has nothing to do with hydration and everything to do with what's happening in the brain and body. The truth is, waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. isn't just about nighttime bathroom breaks. It's a signal, a sign that something inside the body is out of balance. And it all starts with cortisol. Cortisol is the body's stress hormone. During the day, it helps you wake up, stay alert, and respond to challenges. It naturally rises in the morning and falls at night to let melatonin, your sleep hormone, take over. But for many adults, especially those under chronic stress or dealing with blood sugar imbalances, cortisol starts surging in the early hours of the morning. Elaine learned this the hard way. After months of tracking her sleep and reading everything she could, she visited a sleep therapist. The answer shocked her. Her cortisol levels were spiking between 1:30 and 3 a.m., waking her up like an invisible alarm clock. Why was her cortisol high? 2 reasons: blood sugar crashes and unprocessed stress. At night, the body isn't just resting, it's also fasting. If your blood sugar dips too low, your body perceives it as a threat. The brain sends out a stress signal, releasing cortisol and adrenaline to stabilize glucose levels. But that same surge triggers alertness. It's like your body shouting, "Wake up, something's wrong," even if everything seems calm. For Elaine, dinner was usually around 6 p.m. She ate a healthy meal, often a salad with grilled chicken or soup with some bread. But by 2 a.m., her blood sugar had dropped too low. Her body responded by waking her up. Her sleep therapist suggested a simple change: a small protein-rich snack before bed, something like a boiled egg, a slice of turkey, or a spoon of almond butter. Within days, she noticed a difference. Her wake-ups were less intense. Some nights, they didn't happen at all. The second culprit was the stress she didn't think she had. Elaine had been retired for a few years. She wasn't rushing to work or raising kids anymore, but she was taking care of her older sister, managing a stack of medical bills, and constantly worrying about money. Her brain wasn't resting when her body was. The unresolved stress followed her into sleep, then ambushed her in the early morning. You see, the mind doesn't shut down just because you're lying in bed. Emotional stress, even if it's mild or in the background, keeps cortisol circulating. And when the mind finally quiets during sleep, it often processes the day's tension during the first few hours of deep rest. Around 2 a.m., that leftover stress can trigger a hormonal chain reaction that jolts you awake. Elaine started journaling before bed. Nothing long, just 10 minutes of brain dumping. She wrote down her worries, frustrations, and everything she didn't want to carry into the night. Some nights she wrote letters to herself. Other nights she simply listed things she couldn't control. Then she'd close the notebook and say out loud, "That's tomorrow's problem." It helped more than she expected. As the weeks passed, her sleep improved. The 2 a.m. wake-up still happened occasionally, but they no longer dragged her into hours of restless tossing and turning. She'd wake, breathe, and drift back to sleep. One night, after 3 full weeks of uninterrupted rest, Elaine sat on her porch watching the sunrise and laughed. All that time I blamed the water, she thought. It was never the water. The truth is, nighttime awakenings are often blamed on the obvious: water, aging, or just how it is. But the deeper cause lies in the body's stress systems and how they interact with our blood sugar, emotions, and daily habits. Late-night wake-ups are also linked to liver function, especially in traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, which views the 1 to 3 a.m. window as the time when the liver is most active in detoxification. When emotional stress, poor diet, or toxin buildup weighs on the liver, it can disrupt this rhythm, causing awakenings. While this theory isn't backed by Western science, many who've cleaned up their diets, reduced alcohol, or supported liver health with herbs like milk thistle report better sleep. Elaine didn't go that far. She just cut back on wine, added some leafy greens, and walked more. It wasn't a miracle, it was gradual, but every change brought her closer to peace at night. Sleep isn't just about shutting off. It's a dance between hormones, habits, and healing. When one part falls out of rhythm, the whole pattern stumbles. And for many, that misstep happens around 2 a.m. If you find yourself waking at the same time every night, don't just curse your evening glass of water. Look deeper. Is your dinner rich in sugar and carbs but low in protein? Are you carrying unspoken worries to bed? Are you overstimulated before sleep, scrolling or watching news until your eyes blur? Try this instead. Eat a light, balanced snack an hour before bed. Turn off screens 30 minutes earlier. Breathe deeply. Write your thoughts or listen to soft music. And most importantly, be gentle with yourself. Nighttime wake-ups are your body's way of speaking to you. It's not broken, it's just asking for balance. Elaine eventually came to see those 2 a.m. moments not as interruptions, but as insight. They showed her what she had ignored in the daylight, her stress, her eating habits, her patterns. And in solving the mystery of her sleepless nights, she discovered something deeper, how to finally rest. Not just her body, but her mind too.